Salud, mi gente, your boys coming through once again. And on today's video, I'm gonna share a story about me. And the reason why is because I did a reaction about this guy Thumper. I believe that Thumper yesterday. He was telling his story how he got busted, how his homeboy told on him from his neighborhood, how his opposition did the same thing. And I could relate a lot to his situation, right? Went into prison, we did 15 years. Why? And we end up getting out. Why? Because of the youth offender program. If not, I think my out date was gonna be 2025 June 2025. That was my out date, and I got to come out 4 years early. Yeah, 4 years early. So, you know, I was like, I wanted to talk about that, but I was not gonna make that video about me. It was his and just the idea I had and how I believe that he was glorifying things. Just maybe one day he's gonna get at that level. Maybe. And I'm talking about the level of matureness, of understanding, and stuff like that. Everybody mature at a different rate. Not everybody's the same. You got 50-something-year-old people acting like little kids and stuff like that. Think that a label and all that stuff is cool. Nah, man. What is cool is being there for your family, providing. And if you don't have family, is making something out of yourself. You know, save, have a job, get your toys, whatever you want to buy, your truck, your house, whatever you want. Make something out of yourself. That's what is the good thing about it, right? But some people are different. Hopefully they'll get it one day. Now, I remember I was young, very young. Not that very young. I was probably like 16, 17. And at this time, man, you kick it with the homies. As a matter of fact, it was four of us at this time. Four of us. Out of the four was, yes, one went to prison. LWAP. He's LWAP. He's never going to get out of prison. The second one, it was me. I went in 15 years. The third one, I think he just did a couple years. Got out. And now he with his family and stuff like that. Doing pretty good, man. Proud of him. And the fourth one, it was the smartest of all of us. He was a square one. You always have to have a homeboy who's a square, right? So that was him. I remember, like, I wanted to go after him. Like, literally, this just put this guy on the corner. Like, don't even fucking talk to this guy. But he was the one who actually stayed outside, did his thing. And I don't know what happened with him, even though he's a family member of a homeboy. I haven't even asked, nor I care. But hopefully he's doing good, right? So we were drinking, right? And usually when your boy used to drink, I used to go to Jack in the Crack. That's how I used to call it. I don't know what people call it nowadays, but for those who are my age, remember Jack in the Crack, right? We used to go and get the $1 menu. There's no menu in Jack in the Crack, but we get the two tacos for $1, the jumbo jack, or if not, the junior bacon. I used to get junior bacon, and the homies used to get the tacos, right? Be drinking right down the parking lot, nothing but minors drinking, right? And one time, of the many times we went to different Jack in the Box, doing the same thing as we are intoxicated, driving around, right? Don't drink and drive, man. Bad decision, man. I got stories about doing that and the homie getting scared because I was doing some crazy stuff, right? But I don't know where we came across somebody. I didn't know him, but I knew his girl. And I know his girl was an enemy, right? So when I told the homie, oh, that girl is it's the enemy. But then the homie started, banging on this individuals. It was two guys, and the guys went in. They went in, whatever. Well, we are drunk. He don't care. We are young-minded, not thinking things through. Well, we stopped. Those guys went inside the Jack in the Box. We stopped. We actually stopped. When I stopped, of course, we got our bottles of drinking Budweiser for sure. I'm a Budweiser guy. Always been and always stay Budweiser, even though I don't think they sell them right here no more. Got out. You know how it goes, man. You go for that car. You start getting the car. You start going towards that Jack in the Box to get this guy out of the store. And this is possibly like around 10, 11. Probably like a 10, I don't know what was the time, but let's just say it was around 10. And we got these two individuals out. We got these two individuals out. Got broke their car windows, messed up their car, pulled them out of the Jack in the Box, and it was on and cracking. You know, a lot of people have gone through this. You get in fights. You start using whatever you have in hand, and it was all bad. Even though we were can barely walk, like couple homeboys can barely walk. It was basically just 3-on-2, right? Because the square one was just right there looking, recording and shit. I was like, what the fuck? You know, he was just right there for a ride. So it was basically 3-on-2. And it went all bad for one person. One person got beat up pretty bad. And after that, we left. You know, we left. Whatever. We left. You know, the girl was making a big scene, screaming, oh my God. You know, it's like people want to bang, but at the end of the day, when they bring the heat, the instinct, survival instinct kicks in, you know, because you never know what's going to happen, right? So we end up leaving. I drop everybody off. And at this time, I thought I was good, right? I remember getting a phone call late at night, driving towards the house already. Remember, I was like 16, 17. My mom called me. They said, hey, where you at? I said, I'm right here. I'm going home right now. What's up? You good or what? I said, nah. All right, I just want to know that, right? She didn't say nothing, right? She didn't say nothing. And I was like, all right. So I'm driving. And as soon as I turn into my house, right? Not actually my street. Actually the neighborhood, you know? The neighborhood where I'm staying at. I still need to go through a couple of streets to make it home, right? As soon as I enter the neighborhood, I seen two cars, two cops, parked with their lights off, waiting for me. So I'm driving, and they hit the lights. No, they didn't hit the lights. They're all following me. I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be all bad. So I'm just driving, playing the part like whatever, you know. I'm drinking. I got an open bottle right next to me. I'm a minor. I'm driving at night. I don't even think I didn't have a driver's license, you know. And I didn't have a driver's license. And I remember I went in, and all of a sudden another car came in front of me. So they hit the spotlights to stop me. Like 4 different cop cars. They thought they had somebody big, some big chunti guy right there, right? They thought they were doing big things, right? I remember a cop smoking a cigar. Like he got this motherfucker. Yeah, hell yeah. He ended up getting me later on, right? On some of the stuff. And they asked me, hey man, are you drunk? You've been drinking? I said, yeah, I drank. Are you willing to do the test and stuff like that? Yeah, I can do it. 0.7, right? 0.7. I guess 0.08. No, I did had just 1 point less than actually the 8, the 0.08 or something like that. But still minors, I shouldn't be drinking. I'm a minor. I don't got a driver's license. They stopped me. They're searching in the car, looking for a weapon. Say, hey, we heard you have weapons with you, doing that. I don't know, man. Just do what you're gonna do. Search. I remember my phone was ringing. They took everything from me. The phone was ringing. Boom, boom. You know. And what happened? They put me in front of the cop car. They put the spotlight. And guess what happens? Of course, there's gonna be a car with somebody inside of it to identify me. And who you think is gonna identify me? Not the people that was with me. Of course, it's the enemy. The guy who just got beat up, or maybe the girlfriend, somebody, I don't know who it was, somebody was identifying me. Somebody gave the description of my car. Once they give the description of the car, of course, the gang unit already knows who's who, right? So, it's this fucking asshole right here. So they wait for me. They actually went to my house looking for me. Mom's told me, hey, he's not here. Then mom's called me, hey, where you at? Like, she don't know what's going on, right? And she don't tell me, of course. Me and my mom suffer from a lot of communication skills, right? It's like, like, hey, you forgot to tell me like the big part. Like, hey, the cops came to the house. What happened, right? In that case, I wouldn't go to the house, but she forgot to tell me that big part of the story, right? So I'm stopped right here, like maybe like a block away from my house, with all these cops making a big scene, talking over the speaker, with the dogs and everything, all that, everything. And they identify me, or trying to identify me, but the person, uh, they let me go. They let me go for whatever reason. The guy maybe went back, said, you don't want problems. Whatever person, it was like, nah, it's not him. They probably thought that they wouldn't know that it was me, but your boy was burned. I was burned with the cops. Eventually, they're like, oh, you cannot drive your car home. You're gonna have to walk. So, all right, sure, I'll walk. They end up letting me go. I walk home, and I mean, the following morning, I went in and picked up the car. But the reason I'm telling you this story, right, is because a lot of people think that they're gonna get away with their crime. A lot of people think that, oh, you know what? This is the streets. Everybody's gonna play by the rules. Whoever loses is gonna take the loss. Whoever wins, it's gonna celebrate, and hopefully you stay quiet. Because if you open your mouth, trust me, somebody's gonna repeat what you said. And it's not like that, man. Most of the times, it's not like that. You're gonna do whatever you're gonna do, regardless. I mean, in this occasion, there was no witnesses. I mean, that I know of, except that was called the Jack in the Box workers, and just those guys were the only people in that Jack in the Box when we took them out of that restaurant. But other than that, there was no witnesses. Of course, it was then the one who described the car, the one who called the cops, the one who did all of that stuff. It was them. But nothing pays, man. I'm glad nobody got hurt. I'm glad that whatever I had in that car was taken out before I went home, and it didn't go bad. Eventually, later on throughout my life, that's when everything went bad and went into prison with a long ass sentence, right? So hopefully I can share this story with you guys. It just shows you that there's nothing good coming out of this. Nothing good. You know what I mean? Nothing good. Those guys look like they were with the business. They look like they were with the business. Something happened. Somebody had to give a description of the people, of the car, and stuff like that. And guess what? The cops knew who they were. And that's what happened. Eventually, I believe that they backtracked. Like, oh, shit. We didn't know that they're going to find them super quick. But you never know. Maybe in this occasion, I got lucky. Maybe it would have been best if I would have got locked up. Maybe when I would have went to prison just for like 3 years instead of going for prison for 20 years, and maybe things would have been different, right? But this is the story of today. I hope you enjoyed it. Till next video.